Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the mistakes that I made when building my photography portfolio. Building your portfolio is kind of key in getting any business to your photography business, no matter what kind of photographing you do. So if you want to book more weddings like I do, you're going to need a great portfolio of actual weddings that you've photographed. So a big mistake that I made when I was first starting out was that I had no idea what kind of photography I wanted to pursue in my own business. I've mentioned this in a past video. It started out as a hobby for me, so I did a lot of landscapes and like pictures of my dog. And then when I finally used it in my job, it was a lot of product photography and lifestyle images with products in them, if that makes sense. When I decided to create my own photography business, I didn't really know if I wanted to do wedding photography yet. I knew I liked it, but I didn't know that was the kind of photography I wanted to do. So I kind of just advertised for everything. I gave away free sessions, and I didn't really think about if that session fits into the portfolio of the business I'm trying to create. So I've done headshots, I've done maternity photos, I've done family photos. I kind of just threw it all out there and was hoping that I would find something that I like. I think if I would have focused on even just 3 kinds of photography that I might be interested in with my business, if I would have just narrowed it down a little bit more, I wouldn't have wasted so much time photographing things that don't even fit in my portfolio anymore. So another mistake that I made was charging only $20 for an hour session. So I kind of, threw my hat out there. I did a bunch of free sessions and I realized that I should charge for this. And I charged a whopping $20 because I did still want to build my portfolio, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad strategy. $20 was probably low, too low. I see that now, but even charging like $50 for an hour family session, if that's what you want to do, I don't think is a necessarily bad strategy for trying to build your portfolio and word of mouth marketing and starting to build your business and brand. I don't think it's a bad strategy, but if going back now, I would have set a mileage limit on that promotion, I guess. I wish I would have done, $20 for an hour session if you live within X amount of mile radius from me, because this is the mistake I made. I didn't put that in there, but I was trying to get my name out there, so I never really charged travel fees at that time. So I ended up driving an hour away for a family session, and they didn't show up. It's just a scheduling issue. We scheduled for Saturday, but she thought Sunday, and then they didn't show up, and I drove 2 hours round trip for nothing and paid $4 for parking. So I wish I would have been a bit more strict on that promotion. Another mistake that I made was when I decided I wanted to do wedding photography and not do wedding portfolio building soon enough. So I decided I wanted to do wedding photography. I should have immediately looked for ways to build my portfolio in the wedding sphere. I did later attend a styled shoot. So a styled shoot is essentially like a staged wedding shoot. There's an event planner and they usually have a cake you can photograph, flat lay, invitation suites you can photograph. There's usually a bride and groom, dressed in a wedding dress and a tuxedo or a suit or whatever, and you take pictures of them, and that is a wedding portfolio building activity. And it's also a really great photography networking activity, which is another mistake that I made that I'm going to touch on in a minute. So I wish I would have started doing styled shoots earlier for weddings when I decided that that's the kind of photography that I wanted my business to be. I guess the mistake I made was when I figured out what kind of photography I wanted to do, I didn't do specific portfolio building activities. Another mistake that I made was not networking with other photographers soon enough. So it wasn't until my first styled shoot that I really met other photographers in this area. I mean, I know of some, and I know the person who did my wedding, but I didn't really realize having a network of other local photographers is really important because you can learn from them. They can be a mentor to you. You could potentially shadow a wedding with them. There are just a lot of benefits, and I'm so glad that I at least have it now because I needed a second shooter for a wedding that I have booked for next year. And if I didn't have this network of photographers that I've already kind of had a little bit of a relationship with, that I follow on Instagram, I would be really out of luck. I'd be really desperate in trying to find another photographer. And when you look for a second shooter, you want them to have a similar style as you. So I got to see different styles of photographers at the same wedding shoot and choose who fits in to my style, who I would like to second shoot with me. Definitely build your photographer network soon, and this is something that I should do now. So this is a mistake I'm currently making, and something that I really wish I would have done just to start out in the wedding industry is get a mentor or just someone you can get advice from. That's a mistake that I made. I wish I would have done that early on. Luckily, because of this styled shoot, I have a second shooter for a wedding that I have next year, and she's also like the sweetest person ever and has offered to help me in growing my business and just offered to help in any way she can. She's a more established wedding photographer, so she's done many weddings, and it's just really, really nice having someone that you can email or text. If you like this video and you want to continue on this journey of becoming a wedding photographer with me, you can hit the subscribe button, and I post new videos every Thursday. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.